beauties, it's Brittany. This is going to be a very long video. I'm talking about goals, and I'm talking about goal setting and walking you through everything that I'm doing to get to my best optimal 2019 goals. I hope you enjoy. It's kind of vlog style, it's kind of all over the place, but if you enjoy it, give it a thumbs up and let's get into it. I thought it might be fun to do a little like goal setting slash planning slash let's get things in order for 2019, which is crazy. So I went ahead and I pulled old goals because I was feeling very overwhelmed and not really knowing where to start with my goals for 2019. I've had a lot of big changes happening recently, and my brain is just kind of like not able to settle in and focus on anything. So I went ahead and pulled out some old goals just to kind of see what past Brittany was up to. And for 2016 and 17, I made them nice and pretty and printed them on nice photo paper. 2019 was a little less formal, but still found it and was pleasantly surprised because I have literally not looked at these since I made them, that a few of the things have come to fruition. So that was very enlightening. And then I have just roughly written down my ideal goals for 2019, or like my rough draft for 2019. I do have a beautiful planner. I got the Blogilates Pop Flex planner that I do plan on writing these goals in, but a little something you guys probably don't know about me is I have terrible handwriting, which reminds me, I'm adding that to my list. Okay, so it's been added to the list to improve my handwriting in 2019. It literally doesn't feel like it's me when it's writing it. It feels like somebody else has taken possession of my hand and is writing things down. It's a very weird thing. Let me know if you experience this in the comments below. But my writing has never felt like my own, and I have dabbled in trying to improve it, but nothing really like full force. So this is my rough draft. Let's go ahead and read through it. I have one. I want to read 2 books a month. 2, I want to do talk therapy, and I took the first step in doing that and I joined BetterHelp. I'll have it listed in the information bar below. I joined it on recommendation of the podcast I listened to, My Favorite Murder. They had a coupon code MURDER, and I think it was like 10% off, so I'll have that listed below as well. And I had my first session the other week, and I have my second session scheduled tomorrow. It's something I've always thought about doing and just have never had the time, and I'm in a place right now where I have got some time, so took a step towards doing that. Number 3, I want to do hot yoga, and I've also taken steps to do that as well. And I joined a gym near me that has hot yoga, and this is my second week. By the time you're watching this, I'll have done it for a lot more than 2 weeks, but I am loving it. I've done it before, and again, just didn't have time, and I'm making time for it. Number 4, to go to Europe, and this was actually on 2018 goals. Alex and I wrote plan a trip to Europe, and we booked a European cruise for October of 2019 with Alex's family, and we're so excited. So that is on there, and that will be happening. Number 5 is practice gratitude. Number 6 is to start a job that I love. Number 7, I have not set a YouTube goal in forever. I don't even see it on any of these lists. I've never set a subscriber number goal, but I've been so stagnant for years now, maybe like 4 years, and I've been doing YouTube since 2011. So I'm at 21,000 right now, and that's kind of where I've been, like the 20,000, 21,000 for years now. And I feel like if I keep not setting a goal, I'm going to remain stagnant. So, and number 8, you just saw me right. I want to improve my handwriting. I'm coming at you with not a stitch of makeup on, and I was gonna put concealer or foundation on because clearly I'm breaking out a lot. But I thought if this platform cannot be a space where we empower and inspire each other to feel good about ourselves, regardless if we've got some breakouts on our face, then I don't think I'm doing this right. I was talking to my counselor today about my struggle with creating goals for 2019, and I was sitting down and looking at my planner, and literally nothing was coming to mind. I really am not feeling much like myself, but not in a bad way, in a kind of really good therapeutic new way. I don't know how else to describe it besides new, because that's what it is. So in order to get inspiration for my 2019 goals, I went back and looked at old goals that I've created, and it was actually really cool to see that some of those things that I wrote down in 2016, 2017, and 2018 have come true. It gave me this sense of trust in myself that I was kind of missing this time around when I sat down to make my goals. So it was really cool to see things like, I'm gonna grab them so I can talk to you about them. So this is what my 2017 and 2016 goals looked like. My 2018 were just kind of written on a scrap piece of paper. Alex and I did that together. I remember us sitting down at our dining room table and writing those down. So that's kind of what inspired this list that I have going right now. But then I thought your year isn't just full of goals. It's a mixture of so many things, and a big part of it is your priorities. So I started watching Kayla Nicholson's old videos with like Plan With Me or goal setting, because she's a huge inspiration of mine, and something she talked about was having resolutions, goals, and priorities. And this kind of has to do with my habit tracker that I have in my Blogilates planner. So a while ago I wrote down habits that I would like to track, and I thought I could kind of turn those into priorities as well. And I also wrote down a list of things that light me up. I'm reading Light is the New Black right now by Rebecca Campbell, and she talks about doing more of what lights you up. So I made this list of habits and what lights me up, and I'm going to mesh those things together to create my priority list. And then from there, I think I'm going to further develop my goals and my resolutions. So hopefully mixing all of these things together and really kind of just settling into this new version of myself, I will better be able to develop a long-term plan, something that I'm really feel like I can stick to, and something that feels really authentically me, even if it is pretty different than what I have done in the past. Oh, hi, Pepper. Pepper wants to say hello. Come on, get up here. So I think looking back, it really gives your life perspective, but it's also really good not to dwell on the past and to really look forward and appreciate and respect what's to come. And we're not going to know the answers, and everything might not come true in a year. But if you stay true to who you are and you pick goals and priorities and habits and resolutions that really exemplify who you are and who you want to be and how you want people to see you in the world, then they're going to come true. And looking back on those has taught me that, and I wouldn't have known that otherwise. I would have just been stressing out about what the heck do I make my goals for this year. So I might vlog again tomorrow when I write things out. My counselor gave me some exercises to do to help me create these goals for 2019. So I'm gonna go ahead and do those and see where my mind takes me and see where this next chapter of my life allows me to explore. And I really am looking forward to it, and I'm super happy. I'm super scared, but I don't know if I've ever felt more calm in my life or more just at peace with who I am and who I'm becoming. Let's see where it takes us. I thought, how could I let you fall by yourself? Well, I'm wasted with some. Cheers, good morning. I had a fantastic yoga class this morning that was super, super challenging, and I didn't think I could get through it, but I did, and I feel like a stronger human because of it, but I'm very exhausted, so this caffeine is definitely coming in handy. So a fun little task I did to help me with my goals this year, and yes, spending much more time on these goals than I have in previous years, but I feel like this is gonna be a really, really good year, and it's really gonna solidify kind of who I am and kind of who I want to like settle into and soften into, which brings me to what I think my theme for the year might be. I've never set a theme for the year, but today in yoga, my instructor was talking a lot about softening, and I feel like I have been using that word a lot. Like, I want to soften into who I am. I want to be a softer human, and I think that that word can mean so much, and I love words like that. I am feeling very inspired by that, so I think that might be the goal for 2019. I asked 2 of the most beautiful humans in my life to help me with my goals this year, and I did that by not sharing with them anything that I had wrote in my drafts or anything, and I asked them to write what they think my goals are without any background or further information. Just ask them to jot down what they think my goals are. And this was a really, really fun exercise because they were both very similar, slightly different in some ways, but I felt really, really great about them, and I was like, dang, am I already, in a good way, projecting these things into the world? Because if so, that's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do from my goals, my draft that I shared with you guys, my goals from Alex that he shared with me that he thinks I already had, and my goals from my best friend, I'm going to mesh those 3 together along with, I made a list of habits to track, things that light me up. I'm reading this book, Light is the New Black by Rebecca Campbell right now. I think I might have mentioned it. She talks a lot about what lights you up and being the light. So I wrote down a list of things that light me up. When I think of them or when I do them, I feel as if I'm projecting light into the world, but I'm also absorbing a lot of light in doing these things. So I did that. And so from all of this work that I've done and all of these lists, I am going to make my resolutions, my goals, and my priorities. Also, in my Balagawati's planner, there is a short-term goal section, long-term goal, and wildest dream, and I kind of need to nail down those 3 things. I have all these like broad goals for the year, but I need to pick from this, what is one short-term goal I can make for myself, what is one long-term goal, and what is something that I can add to this that is like my wildest dream. So I hope you're ready to continue this journey with me and knock out some really solid goals for 2019. 2019, I'm coming for you. 2017 and 2018 and even 2016 kind of kicked my butt. I was kind of riding in the passenger seat, just letting it drive me along, but I am ready to take the wheel of my life. That sounds so cheesy. Guys, something that I am starting, just dabbling in, and I'm gonna briefly talk about it in this video. I'm probably in the future gonna do a whole video on it. You might see back there, I got a, let me grab them. This video is gonna be like 80 years long, but I hope you're still here. If you're here, give this a thumbs up. So I picked up this Animal Spirit tarot deck from The Wild Unknown, and I also picked up Work Your Light, and this is by the same author of Light is the New Black, and this is about like working your light, harnessing your light, and obviously the Animal Tarot deck is tarot cards. I have never had a tarot reading done by a professional. I have never dabbled in it before, and I watched Kayla Nicholson, who I talk about a lot, and this is the set that she specifically has, and I loved the animal part of it. I love animals, and so I think it's really, really cool to like pull from that thing that we're all familiar with in a sense, but not probably experts on, and learn more about them and really kind of get into that spirit animal self, if that makes any sense. So I did a reading last night and this morning to the best of my ability as a newbie, and I am feeling these cards. There was a lot of really interesting things that I pulled, and what made me think of mentioning these to you was I was reading this list. I did a video recently on what I'm doing to get over hard times, and being honest is on here. And when I pulled my cards this morning, my present is the shark, and the shark can be very reclusive and very solitary, and a way to bring the highest power of the shark, which is that strength, to the forefront is to be honest and to speak your truth. And I'm feeling all kinds of ways right now. So cheers to bringing in a new, true, authentic you into the new year, and I'm so stoked, guys. I'm like really gonna start crying. I just have this really, really strong feeling that 2018, have I said 2018 a few times? I'm starting to cry, and I don't know why. It's probably because I had such a good yoga session this morning, and sometimes after yoga I do cry. I'm a very emotional being. But I just have this really strong feeling in my soul that 2019 is gonna be a really good year. And I say that at the end of every year, like, I'm gonna make this next year good, I'm gonna make this year good. But for some reason, these last few days and like working on these goals, I have this like energy in my body that's just like, it feels like this like ball of light around me that just feels like this is gonna be a really, really good year. Okay guys, I'm finally ready to put pen to paper and start to get my habits and my goals into my 2019 planner. I purchased the Blogilates planner. This is my second year purchasing a Blogilates planner, and it was a really hard decision on what planner I wanted to go with this year, and I definitely didn't use 2019's to its fullest potential, but I know that I loved a lot of aspects of that planner. I just didn't use them the way that I wanted to use them. So this year, my resolution is to actually use the thing that I've purchased and to get a lot of use out of it. So what I did initially was just went through every month and wrote down like big birthdays. I put some stickers in there, you know, holidays, kind of themed out my stickers in the month as well, based on the color scheme that was in the planner, so which is a part that's very time consuming. So super excited that I already have that done, but now I need to get into like the nitty gritty, like short-term goals, describing myself. So I've lit a candle, I have my oil diffuser going, the door is shut, Alex is watching the dogs. I'm gonna kind of meditate in a way and just start to put pen to paper. So something that I did first was all of these questions in the Blogilates planner that are those big questions, like your big goals or describing yourself in 3 words, which 3 words is not a lot of words. I went ahead and wrote it down on my notebook first. This is kind of my catch-all notebook where I write literally anything, free write, draw. I'm a terrible drawer, so it's basically just like making shapes. But I wrote it in here because I'm gonna write them down here first, and then I will pen it into my planner. I have commitment issues, if you can't tell. I'm afraid to write them in here, so I'm gonna draft them here first. It's getting quite late in the evening. It's time for a little liquid encouragement. This is just like a little spritzer. So cheers to 2019. Okay, I'm crying a little bit because I had to find my favorite quote, and I had a feeling I wanted it to be by the author Rebecca Campbell, because her book Light is the New Black is opening up a new part of my soul. And so I just quickly Googled some quotes from her, and I knew I would feel it when I read it, and it didn't take me long. It was the second one I read, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read it without crying, because that's immediately what happened, and that's how I knew it needed to be my quote. So for 2019, my quote will be, I believe your tragedies, your losses, your sorrows, your hurt happen for you, not to you. And I bless the things that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. Whew, wow. She is a beautiful author and really knows how to get real deep. I have had lots happen in the last 2 years, and a lot of it can feel like it's happening to you and not that it's happening for you. So reading that, whew, guys, I'm feeling this on a whole other level. So I think I'm just about done writing in this notebook, and now I need to potentially get to my 2019 planner. Also, I'm going to create kind of a space for my mantra of the year, which I discovered today, and what I talked about a little bit earlier was the softening. So that's gonna kind of be my mantra for 2019, is just to soften. Okay guys, it is many hours later and I have been locked in my room. I've locked myself in my room to finish this because I really have spent a lot of time on it. Something that I did was I did end up writing down my resolutions, goals, and priorities, and I was going to print them, but my printer's not working right now and I wanted to get this done. So I might make something up and print it in the future, but I just wrote it out right now. And as you already know from one of my goals, I don't like my handwriting, so I don't love this, but I tried to like add some stickers and stuff to make it presentable, but I probably will print it at some point. I taped it in the front of my planner so that it is front and center. And then as you saw, I wrote out all of the little steps in the planner, the describe yourself in 3 words, describe what you want to be more of in 3 words, so on and so forth, short-term goal, long-term goal, wildest dream. Honestly, what can I improve on? I hope you cannot hear Alex's video games. Adventures I want to go on, and what's holding me back. So wrote all of that out. I also made this little thing I'm quite proud of. It is my mantra, and I decided my mantra for the year would be soften, which means to become less severe. And that's definitely something that I need to work on. With my anxiety, I tend to jump to worst case scenario for everything, which is totally not a healthy way to live. So this is going to be my yearly mantra. I want to relax, lighten, ease, melt, be still, and give. So I'm very excited about this, and I'm just proud that I was able to do this because my writing and drawing is very weak. So I also went ahead and put my habits for January, because if it's not already January, it's very, very close when I'm filming this. So I put all of my habits I want to track in January, and this might fluctuate throughout the year because I might find, you know, something else has become more of a priority that I want to track in these 8 steps or 8 habits, because I have this list of all of these goals and resolutions and priorities. So I might find I need to pull from something else here. What else did I do? And I think part of closing out a year is also looking back at good parts of the year. In the back of the 2018 Blogilates planner, there is a spot for my biggest accomplishments of the year. And I don't know about you guys, but I tend to cling on to the bad, and that's what my brain goes to, and that's what I think about. Even if the year was not overall a bad year, if bad things happen, it ends up being a bad year. So I think this is a really good way to reflect upon the good and close out the year with peace instead of anxiety and maybe anger or sadness. So I made a list of 10 things. I'm not gonna share all of them with you, but a few that I'll share is that I have started to improve my yoga practice. I adopted a second doggy, and Alex and I celebrated 10 years. So that's a fun thing that the back of this planner has. It also has biggest lessons learned, best memories, 3 adventures that you went on, and how you can improve next year. So I am so burnt out. I've spent a lot of time in this room softening into all of this, and I feel really good about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. One of my goals is to increase my subscriber count this year, and I've never made like a monetary goal for my channel before, and I've been doing this since 2011. So that's very weird for me that I haven't done that, but I'm starting this year in 2019. So if you would like to help me improve my subscriber count and you enjoy this content, please click that subscribe button. And you can also support my channel by giving it a thumbs up and commenting down below. Please let me know if this was helpful, because I spent a lot of time on it and my brain is fried. I truly hope you all go into 2019 with the highest spirits, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.